Hello everyone, Carol here. I'm going to start a series of stories where I'm going to be teaching mediation and negotiation techniques, and I'm going to be using my puppet friends. And my idea here is to help you better understand what is it that we do when we are doing a mediation session, how does it take place, and what is it done, and how is it that the mediator work, and how is that different from the work of a lawyer. This is Bruce, the lawyer, and lawyers want beef. They want to sue. All right, so the story here, that the first one we're going to share is the story of Mr. Panda and Mr. Dolphin. Mr. Dolphin is from Brazil, and he has a contract with Mr. Panda. They met for the first time 5 years ago at a trade show, and Mr. Panda started shipping his products to Brazil, and he's very happy because he's selling like hotcakes. The Brazilian market is very hot, and his products are very popular, and they have a great relationship. However, there are some things called misunderstandings, and sometimes when you have a contract, these are the clauses of the contract, some of them hurt. One of the clauses of this contract includes alternative dispute resolution. Now, why? The reason for that is because one of them is in Brazil and the other one is in the United States, and if there is beef in between them, where do you take who to court? To the Brazilian court? To the American court? How do you even get started on that? How expensive that is? The whole process, just talking about it sounds expensive. So both of them were very scared in the beginning, and they put some clauses that were very tight in the contract when they got started. But it went well, and they started having issues for the first time after 5 years, and they were related to reliability. Mr. Panda here in the United States is very tight when it comes to tidy, when it comes to deadlines and schedules and sales calls, and he wants things to be done a certain way by the certain date. And the one in Brazil, he struggles with that because sometimes things in Brazil are a little bit more fluid and time kind of runs different in Brazil. So how do you explain that? The good part of it is that because there was an alternative dispute resolution clause in their contract, when the lawyer said, let's sue, Mr. Panda said, wait, before we sue, there is an alternative dispute resolution clause, and we are going to choose mediation. We're going to hire a mediator, a private mediator, that is going to help us solve the beef instead of going to the judicial system. The judicial system is slow, expensive, and transparent. It's public. Everything is public. They didn't want the publicity. The private mediation session is private. Everything is confidential. And what happens inside of a mediation session cannot be used in court. So the mediator is not even a witness. You sign, and part of the agreement is that you are not going to be you're not going to be a witness in the case unless there is a crime or something like that. So this is the first part of our story. We're going to continue tomorrow, and if you have any questions, tell me what would you like to see them talking about? What kind of beef do you think that they have? We can adjust this story to fit your questions in. All right? Thank you so much. Take care, guys.